Matthew, Richmond's caused a few problems to teams this year. How pleasing is it to put on that performance today down here?
Yeah, really pleasing. A really mature result or mature performance by us, and it's one that caused us a lot of issues too over the last 4 or 5 years. So, we knew our record coming in wasn't strong against them. They'd done the number on us, and so coming off a bye, we had a really deliberate focus with the things we wanted to get right today, and we did it. Our group showed great maturity to get it done, so that was really pleasing from as a coach sitting back and enjoying watching our guys go to work.
What were the most pleasing parts of the performance today?
It was across the board. So team, we know we play our best footy when we play as a team, and there'll be things that aren't necessarily noticed in the TV screen, but things that we value highly. Efforts where guys are replacing and working hard defensively. We didn't necessarily start the game off the way we wanted to, but we were able to right the ship, get it back on our terms. I thought as the game went on, we improved as well. So it's a combination of a lot of things, but a really mature performance.
With the Michelini move, what was the inspiration for that? And must have worked out beyond your wildest dreams how well it worked out in the end.
Max's idea. Always give credit when it works to someone else. He was great. He played an important role. We looked at a number of different things. We had a lot of respect for Vlosten and the way he plays his footy, and he's hurt us a lot, as I mentioned, over the years. So it was one part of the game that we wanted to get right. And then, Max was able to hit the scoreboard off the back of his teammates playing important roles. Turning the ball over front of centre, making it hard for their defenders, let alone Vlosten. So it was in the end a good move, one that we'll continue to look at with Max. He's got a lot of flexibility with where he can play.
Did you know he was such a good set shot for goal? Would that surprise you to have his long range set shots with it?
We do. We know he's a good kick. Well, I can't tell you exactly. He hasn't had many shots on the big stage, but he does a lot of work at training. He's a good kick of the footy, but it was nice to see him finish his work off.
What did you get Jordan Butts, how he stuck to his task, and obviously it was an obligation for Tom Lynch?
Yeah.
Speak to him at half time.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Butsy. I mean, it was a ruthless performance. Again, a lot of help from team and the way the ball was coming in, but playing on one of the best forwards in the competition, and to limit his impact to the level that he did, we can't ask for any more from our fullback. Obviously, there's some frustration there from our opposition, which is what we want to do as a team. It wasn't just in that position, it was in others as well, where that's the sort of stuff that as a coach you want to see more of. When our opposition are frustrated and angry, it means we're doing something right. And a great matchup, a really important one. As I mentioned, Lynch is one of the best forwards in the competition, so great result.
It was obviously quite a fiery game. That wasn't the only incident. Were you pleased with how your team handled it? You spoke about maturity earlier. Is that another aspect of maturity, that they weren't rattled?
Yeah, I'm glad you noticed it, because it's an area we probably haven't been best at in the past. Again, when you talk about mature and what a mature team does, well, we're going to stick up for our mates, we're going to hold our own and stand our ground, but we're not going to go past that. We're going to switch straight back on, direct our focus onto footy again, and I thought we did that really well. Got quite heated there for a moment. That's sport. That's why we love sport, but our guys did focus back in on the job pretty quickly.
And the decision to sub Josh Rochelle, what was the thinking behind that one?
Yeah, Josh, he's experiencing a little bit of soreness at the moment. And when you come to that decision, when you have a sub and the game's in the position it's in, we're in a position which is the luxury of being able to make a decision that we think maybe medium to longer term as well. We would love to have kept Josh out there, but with a bit of soreness, we didn't take any risks. And so it was an interesting one, because Joshy comes off, and I know he's not happy with the decision. Like any competitive beast, he wants to keep playing, especially when the team's going well like they were and the game's ticking over. He wants to be out there. But we had a quick chat on the phone. He's totally understood and knows why we did it. He's a really important part in showing that first half of this season. A bit of soreness, we're not going to take any risk around him.
Daniel Curtin had a huge influence on the wing. How impressed have you been with his transition into that role, and
Have you been impressed with his ability to develop his fitness to the point that he's been able to hold down that role?
Yeah, I mean, he's always been a fit lad. He's got in the gym. He's embraced what being a professional is, as good as I've seen, a young player do. He was an early draft pick for a reason. I'm not surprised at where he's at the moment, but I'm pleased. In fact, I probably can't talk about how pleased I am in the box and the way some of the stuff he's doing. I'll have to turn away and smile because he's playing well and above, his age and experience. So it's really exciting for our footy club. A few passages of play where he's doing what he's doing, and then delivering to Riley Thilthorpe. Probably more importantly is the moment where he runs back with the flight, into a contest, and you think, well, not every player's going to do that, but for a young kid to do it and the scoreboard the way it was, he didn't necessarily have to, but he knows what his teammates respect. So, yep, he's getting what he deserves at the moment for working hard.
You've got the best percentage in the comp. Do you feel like you've really got that balance of offence and defence, really, that balance struck it really well at the moment, heading into the second half of the last 8 games of the season?
Yeah, we're still working on it. As I mentioned, we didn't start the way we would have liked. But again, that's just an angry coach wanting perfection. We're going to keep aiming to be better and better. But what today's performance does is sort of maintain that momentum that we had in the first half of the season. It just ticks us into this second half. And our balance of offence and defence is in a really good place at the moment. We love playing here at the MCG. We haven't necessarily got the results in the past, and we've played against Collingwood a number of times, had some really strong hit-outs, but the result hasn't gone our way. But we enjoy being out here and using the ball and being able to, take it off the line and bring some of our better players into the game. So, yeah, we're in a good position at the moment with still a lot to work on.
Any other injury concerns, or was that just Josh was a slight thing?
Not that I know of, no.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.